obstacles and problems that can ruin her family, and the thought about necessity to glorify the feeling of her family. Our first invited guest is a mother of two, Prince Land, age 21, and Prince June, PJ, age 14. Her husband is engineer Kingland Pujotan Jr. They live in Singapore as a permanent resident since 2006. She graduated from Bachelor of Arts, major in Political Science in 1996 at MSU IIT Iligan City, graduated Bachelor of Laws from MSU Marawi City last 2004. She was the Miss Iligan 1995, second runner-up Miss Junior JC's Mindanao 1995, first runner-up Mutya ng Mindanao 1996, and she represented and was the official candidate to Mr. and Miss University Philippines 1996. Please welcome, live via Zoom video call here in Kapihan Sa Massa, Ma'am Eva Ubanan Calieno Pujutan. Good morning, Ma'am Eva. Kamusta mo din na sa Singapore, Ma'am?
Hi, good morning. Good morning, mga kamasa. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Good morning, Joanne, and to all of you there. So, okay lang, Mayo. So far, wala tayo time difference. We have the same time, Philippines and Singapore.
Alright, so Ma'am Eve, can you tell us the story of how you and your husband met? O nga nang niabot imong family din na sa Singapore, Ma'am?
Okay. So, go back to 1998. First me, nag-meet sa Koang Bana. He was being introduced to me by our common friend. So, we first met in City Hall since I worked there as a casual employee before. So my father-in-law is working there. So at that time, nag-ano siya for vacation while he was working in Manila. So it was there na nag-start amo ang panag-ila, and then a year after, so gikasal mi. And then nabot mi din 2006. So nag-open ng opportunity sa amo through a friend. So my husband came her first, and then we followed. So by God's grace, we were granted or approved as a permanent resident in Singapore.
So ma'am, how would you describe yourself as a mother to your children?
Oh, okay. Honestly, I am a strict and disciplinarian mom. But at the same time, I am sweet, loving, and I am their best buddy and best friend.
Well,
so, disciplinarian ko.
Yes, ma'am. Same mo sa ako ang mother, disciplinarian po siya. But still loving, gihapon kaayo, ma'am, no? Permintigali, miga chika-chika sa ako ang mother sa una.
Most especially if you're living overseas, no? I mean, you have no family here. For us, wala mi family. Wala pag-abot na mo din, kami-kami lang. So, wala mi family. My children, I still have one child before. So, at the age of 5, ako na siyang gidala din. The second one, dili na ako gibuntis. So it's very difficult for the children kung dili ninyo sila istriktuhan o discipline. Kaya the culture is totally different from our culture. But I'm so happy that Singapore is a very nice place to live with, especially for children. And most of the time, being a mom, ako ang nagdala sa discipline. Kaya akong husband is also not here in Singapore. He's working also other countries for some projects. So ako lang. So mao nang ug sa ato pa hinugtanay sa bakos gyud, especially for my eldest son.
Ma'am, maybe for some, they thought nga hayahay ang life ninyo din ha sa Singapore. But what are the challenges of being a mother in a foreign country?
Oh, challenges. Speaking of challenges, it's very, very much common to everyone living overseas. Okay. I'll cite some few for me based on my personal experience here. During their younger years, especially mga bata pa sila, ako ang facing my movement in my day-to-day life is like always an emergency. Murag kada lakaw na ko is emergency, like going to market, going my grocery things. Kanunay ko nagdali. Why? Because I know my children waiting for me. I just lock the door. Then while they are still sleeping or playing in front of the computers, and then even if I saw some friends out there, say just, oh hi, no time for, chit-chat, no time for kanang magtabi-tabi, like the usual thing that we do kung makita ta mga friends out there, kay kanunay gadali. And then another thing also is, it's so funny because we cannot find enough time for me and for my husband having a close, also niya kaning mura a certain date, a solemn date between the two of us. It's always been a family date for us. Gano, we always bring our children kaya wala may mabilinan sa ilaha. That's the small and simple thing, but that is true. And the funny thing is, you know why? Nahimo na ng naanad na miana. We're used with that setup even up to now. Now knowing that my son is turning 21 next month, and then my second one is 14. Pero pag my husband will ask me for a date, I say, okay, wait ha. I need to ask the children first if they don't have any activities on that day. Kaya kung naa, then we can have separate other things. So that's one of the challenges. Another thing is when you encounter a real emergency, real emergency in life, like health issue. But in my part, especially those years nga gagmay pa akong mga anak, kanunay ko mahabilin sa balay, no? Ako lang kakumbana, sometimes assigned in Korea, sometimes assigned in Japan, everywhere. So, pag time nga na ay mga health issues na madala og hospital, very crucial to me. You know why? Nag-attend ko sa isa, and then knowing nga naapay isa nga ako ang gibilin sa balay nga muskwela. So, I cannot just easily call a friend for help. Life in Singapore is very, very busy. Everyone is rushing. Wala ko'y family to ask for help. So, ingon ana ang mga na-encounter na ko based on my personal experience ng mga challenges, me speaking as a mother.
So, giunsa man gyud nimo pag-manage, ma'am, ang mga day-to-day ay day-by-day nga mga challenges nimo as a mother and a wife, especially ma'am nga naa gyud mo dara sa Singapore?
Okay, before pag-abot namo dinhi, gagmay pa akong mga anak. Wala pa ko nag-start og work. Although wala pa, so na ako sa balay. But then time was, nag-decide ko nga, I want to work. Kaya gusto na ko tagaag chance, an opportunity sa akong self for a good chance sa pagtrabaho din. So ang akong gihimo is nag-hire ko somebody from the Philippines to work with us in a domestic things. So nagkuha ko. And then at that time, para sa ako, no, helpful man, but to me, really effective. Especially my children are in school already. I'm so blessed that my children are very smart. But then the time na nag-work na ako nga, wala na ko yung time uli ko, kapoy na nga ako ang lawas, I cannot attend to their needs. And then tomorrow, mag-ano pa ko. So, ang akong gihimo is I sacrifice myself. Ning give up ko sa ako ang work dinhi, and then nahimo kong full-time mother sa ila. So, kinahanglan i-balance na ko, naadyo ko yung mga itinerary. Like, which are the things na pwede na akong i-consider nga akong himuon karon, which are the things which I can left behind nga pwede tomorrow akong i-consider. So, time management and schedule. But now, nga dagko na sila, they can manage their own. So, medyo relax na ang ako ang time. I can have time for myself. So, kadili naman ko pwedeng magsunod-sunod. So, I give time for myself. Like, I also have, not just when you're a house mom, it doesn't mean that you have no goals in life. You still have to take care of yourself. I go sometimes, pampering myself, go to salon, having for a spa or a massage, and my regular health and weight management um, issues not to do. Like I am regularly engaging into social interaction, marathon. I went to church regularly. I serve there every Sunday. I have interactions with friends, so I can manage my time at this moment. Ngadagpo na sila. So there's always a time management.
So ma'am, among the many challenges nga mga na-overcome nimo, mga accomplishments ma'am, naaba kay accomplishment nga makaingon ka sa imong self nga wow, proud yun kay ko ani nga accomplishment nako.
Simple to me, maybe sa uban para sa ila they can say nga mga nindot kayo silang maka-accomplishment. But to me, I am very much proud of myself. There's no such thing that I have ever done as great as being a mother. You know why? The future of your children, who will they become someday lies on your hands. Everything lies in your hands. So I am very much happy and contented with my two children. They're very loving individual. They are so respectful because I was there to give myself. I mean, my accomplishment is not being measured on the amount of money, but it is measured on the amount of love, the amount of care. Because when they grow up, how could they love themselves or how could they love others if they do not experience it by themselves? Then, teaching them the spiritual values. So, siguro, no, kay ako, ano man jud ko, kanunay ko I'm a kind of person nga, I would say, religious. So, gagmay pa sila gitunan ko na ng akong mga anak sa spiritual faith. And then, siguro, nakita na ko karon nga ang ilahang maayong pamatasan, ang ilahang maayong values because of the standard that I set for them. So that's it. Going back to your question, so I think that's the thing, being mother nga akong na-accomplish para sa akong mga anak of who they are today, being as a young adult, a young individual. Nga maayo sila. They're easy to deal with. So I'm confident for them.
So what's the one thing that you would have done differently as a mom, Ma'am Eva?
Honestly, I don't have to do anything different other from being a mom. I mean, I'm very much contented with my life now. So I think I have done everything already for them. So continuously, ang ako nilang buhaton is the constant guidance nilang sa ila. Not in a way nga mahimo kong mo intervene sa ilahang entire life kung sa ilang gusto. Of course, being a mother, you should not dare to control their life, to dictate the kind of things that they want to be in the future. Just let them be. Support them all the way. Support them to be a better person, to be their own glorious self as they want to be in the future. So, wala na siguro ko laing things buhaton pa, definitely as a mom.
So, na ba kayo message nga gusto i-impart for all mothers like you who made great sacrifices para sa ilahang mga family?
Okay, so I think as a parent, we have different things in dealing our children with discipline, and I think like me, all of us, all of the parents have so much difficulties from the start in how to raise our children. But this is just only a simple tips, on how to rear our children. So first, we will not surrender. We should not give up on our children, no matter how hard and difficult, whatever circumstances that we have today. There are two stages in the children's life. First is when during their younger years, being a little one. So from there, maglisod ta og adjust how to teach them, no? How to teach them nga mahimo silang mga maayo in the near future. The second thing is dealing with the teenage life. You know, that's the most difficult things for us parents, for a mother to handle the situation, because that's the time that they tend to compare us regarding our discipline from home, from their friends, from other family who have also other set of values and other disciplinary action standards nga ilang ginaset. They try to compare you about other children, why their mom like this and why you contradict me, and then sometimes that's the time na mo rebelde na sila. So by that, dili nato sila i-give up. Suportaan nato. We give ourselves fully as much as we can. And when time comes, nga maglisod na ka og handle in a certain situation nga medyo pananaw na to, worse na. As a mother, we should always seek our divine intervention. That comes out our spiritual faith. So, prayer. For me, I always pray. I always pray for my children. Because you know what? The prayer of a mother, the cry of a mother will always hear at the door, at the heaven's door. So, there's always answer, there's always way. And then pag abot na nila after their teenage way, like my son who is 21, they become very cool individual. Makasabot na sila because they already have the wisdom and understanding why during those days ingon ana ta kahigpit. So, dili, not all the time, not all from being a child, from being a teenager, or from being a young adult. Maglahi. Kumbaga, ang ato ang knowledge, mura siya ladder, magka-increase. So, makasabot na sila. And that's the time na naslay discernment, makabalo na sila, mowe, asa ang maayo o asa ang dili. And by that time, they become very sweet, they become very loving to you. So, karon, kaloy sa Ginoo, wala ko'y problema sa akong mga anak. Yes, that's it. So, dili lang nato gid sila i-give up. Kanunay nato silang gabayan bisag unsa kalisod situation. That's my advice.
Ma'am, gikan din isa mo sa Kapihan Sa Massa. We wish you and your family good health. May God bless you always, ma'am. Amping mo permida na sa Singapore.
Oy, thank you very much, Joanne. Thank you sa atong mga taga-masa who's been watching your show. Daghan kayong salamat, padayon mo pagsuporta sa Kapihan Sa Massa. Thank you.
Alright, this portion is brought to you by CWS Party List, ang party list ng may puso sa mga manggagawa. Secured Bank, ang bangko ng masang Pilipino. Rox Consult and Construction Services, Turugan Kape, and Smart Communication.